So, Sub 7 speaks, the leader of the clan. Lest anyone question that, here's some proof. We have Vanessa, as they call her, though I haven't honestly confirmed that myself. We'll call her Rue. Calling you the honcho, which is Japanese, by the way. Now, I'm not going to be able to cover everything in this response, but let's get to some main points. Let's talk about this glitch on YouTube that you say only the Yahweh Clan ever found that allowed you to see what a person who had just uploaded a video had previously been watching. You didn't provide any of the evidence that you used to try to convince perverted justice forums, and they did not accept your evidence. Let's take a look at that. Okay, now here's one example. You used death threats on YouTube by Irish282 from July 30 of last year, and you're claiming that after this video played, up came kid sex rings and male prostitute, and you're claiming that this means that those are videos that Irish282 had been watching. Not that that would necessarily mean anything, but let's look at the next one. Cambodia child sex slavery, 1 of 2. Child sex tourism and fight video. And that's for the same video. Okay, and then this is another video about haters from April 10th, 2007. So you're saying that this same bug was around from April 10 to July 30. Interesting. And nobody else even noticed it. And what came up here? Boys wrestling and Bangkok River boys swimming. The way it used to work, and I'm not absolutely sure about this because it's not working that way anymore, and darn it, I can't prove it. Seems to me, though, that it used to be that what would come up after a video finished playing in this box would be stuff related to the stuff that you've been watching. So if whoever took this screen cap, and I know it was one of you in the clan, maybe even yourself, Sub 7, had been watching a bunch of these videos and then played Irish282's video, if I remember how it used to work, then this is the kind of video that would show up as related, not to the video that was just seen, but to what you had been watching, because Google kept track of what you had been watching. It doesn't seem to work that way anymore. So anyway, let's take a look at your video, the one I'm responding to right now. Let's clear the air. Well, if your theory is correct, then before you uploaded this, you were watching Lollipop by Callum and Harry Eden and Real Men fan video from Baby Girl 1989. Oh, and also Umbrella by the Boys and Meat Spin. So that's really interesting. Question is that what you were watching? Or did I just make it look that way? You also say that you have nothing against YoungTubers United. Well, that's a crock of shit too. If you had nothing against YoungTubers United per se, why do you run this channel? If you have nothing against YoungTubers United, why did you have LMTE hijack eBun1's channel and claim that it was being done by YoungTubers United in Gallipaka, naming Gallipaka specifically? Explain that. We all know it was you. Russell knows it was you. In case there's any question about the connection between LMTE and Russell, here's a look at some of LMTE's channels. Okay, so here's the original LMTE channel that is now suspended as a result of the eBun1 hijacking. And as you can see, if we scroll and zoom, here is Russell Bunn, very much featured on this channel. Now let's look at a current account he has called Not LMTE. If we scroll down a bit to the vlogs, we will find Russell Bunn featured very prominently on this page. Let's take a look at another LMTE account, the Sock Detective 4. Here we don't even have to scroll. Russell Bunn is all over this page. So that pretty much establishes the connection between LMTE and Russell Bunn. Russell Bunn is afflicted with cerebral palsy, and we know that the Clan loves to use people like this to befriend them. LMTE is the specialist at that. He has another victim he's working on now. I'm not going to use the name. Not hard to find out if you know LMTE's accounts. Not a whole lot that can be done to prevent that, unfortunately. But the best guess is that either at some point, because Russell trusted LMTE, he gave him his password, or the password was just a very simple one because Russell Bunn has such a physical disability that he can't really work a keyboard well. And of course he had the same password on all his accounts on YouTube and live video. So all his accounts ended up being hacked. And Russell hasn't got any of his accounts back. So this shows what wonderful, caring, and helpful people the Yahweh Clan really are. And then you talk about all the single middle-aged men that are swarming all over YoungTubersUnited or the website. You may have noticed the website is down. Why is that? Well, it's because Yahweh tried to hack it. You also mentioned this Frapper Map. Well, to show you how much I have to do with running that website, I argued for months that there was no reason for it. It ought to come down. Not because it was inherently dangerous, but because it was serving no real purpose. And it was only raising controversy that there was no reason to raise. To tell you the truth, I don't even know why there's a website. I don't see the need for it. But this is a question that has been decided by Jesse and his father, and Charles, who I've never spoken to or had any contact with. Now, as far as that Frapper Map is concerned and its dangers, I want to show you something. This is a newspaper that you can get anywhere in the world. Now, it says birthdays of the week. Can you read that? Birthdays of the week. That's what it's about. It lists the birthdays of kids. It gives the full name of the kid. Obviously it gives the date of the birth of the kid. And it gives the specific city that the kid lives in. Some of these cities are so small that they only have one school. And since they give the full name, anybody with a phone book could probably track the kid down if they were that interested. And by God, there's even a picture of the kid so that a pedophile could actually, find one that was exactly his type. So, you tell me, are you going to go after this paper? Give me a break. Now, a final point for this response, although it's not the end of the points I could make. We've talked about all the success the Yahweh Clan has had in cleansing YouTube of pedophiles. I'm having a little bit of a problem with that. Let's see. You didn't get Draconis 121. You didn't get my ID. You didn't get any of what Troy calls the Guatemalans. You claim K.W. Clark as a victory, but really that was the work of Shut Up Stupid and another person that wants to be anonymous. And so what does that leave us with? Big CD whatever. And Trobrian Horde, who may not have actually been a pedophile for all we know. Probably was. I'll grant that he probably was. He definitely denied that he was a pedophile, as opposed to my ID, who you didn't find, by the way. He found you. And I kind of wonder if he is a pedophile. Certainly saying so on YouTube is not a legal confession. There's all kinds of sicknesses in this world, and claiming that you are something that you are not is certainly among them. But for the time being, we'll just accept that he is what he says he is. His first incarnation was, in fact, suspended as a result of the efforts of TBD 1000 and A little help from Misery63, I think. As was Draconis121 and the Guatemalans or Spanish speakers I spoke of. So I think you're tooting your horn a little bit there, sub, and I think you're doing it rather undeservedly. Because the count I come up with there is 2, maybe 2.5. Bottom line is, sub 7, you're a sack of shit liar. Your name even says it. Sub 7. You chose that yourself. Anyone that knows the history of computing knows that sub 7 is a synonym for evil.